Odessa, Ukraine, a port town on the Black Sea known for its nightlife and its beautiful women. Under the old Soviet Union, it was a center of organized crime. Now, Odessa has become a major hub for the global sex trade. Women are lured to the port of Odessa from all over the struggling countries of Eastern Europe, with promises of badly needed work abroad. Many are unaware of what the traffickers have in store. The production team has set up cameras here.
We knew if we wanted to get inside a story that we had to be in a place where it was so prevalent that everybody would have an example or know people who are trafficked. And that's what brought us ultimately to Odessa.
Frustrated with an inability to chase the traffickers overseas, the Ukrainian Secret Service has given us a tip about a suspected sex trader who regularly brings girls through here. Across from the port, on the famous Odessa steps, we secretly film as she traffics young women to Turkey. We've been asked to call her Olga.
The Secret Service said that she runs a legitimate business as a cover, and she basically takes women from Moldova and Ukraine to work as domestics in Turkey. And amongst these women are some younger women who she sells to traffickers and pimps in Turkey. We wanted to answer some fundamental questions like why don't these women run away, and how do they get across borders, and how do they get kidnapped, and how could they really be enslaved and, at this point in history.
Sex trafficking only started with the fall of the Soviet Union, when the borders opened up and it became much easier for traffickers to find desperate girls with no education, girls that they can fool and persuade them to go abroad.
We watched as Olga settled the girls in for the trip across the Black Sea. Many are destined for the legitimate jobs that Olga has promised. But according to a convicted trafficker who agreed to speak with us, some of these young women are headed for a far worse fate.
The average trafficking ring has 3 to 4 middlemen. The transporter takes her from Ukraine and puts her on a boat. In Turkey, she's transferred to someone else, and she's then sold on to a pimp.
We located 2 women who were trafficked on this same boat 6 months earlier by Olga.
Та женщина, которая нас перевозила в Турцию, продала.
Паша к нам неплохо относилась. Подходила, спрашивала, как дела, как девчонка, нормально.
I thought I was going to work in a shop. We were told that there are lots of women from Moldova and Russia working there. We were told that we could earn $200 a month.
I can't say I was very happy or excited. I worried a bit because we were heading for a foreign country. We hoped everything would be okay.
Turkey has become one of the largest markets for women trafficked from Ukraine and the old Soviet bloc. Its lax visa requirements make it an easy port of entry to Europe and the Middle East for traffickers like Olga.
She got through customs with absolutely no problem. The traffickers who transport these women have a very easy time of it. Because the women know that they're going to be working illegally in the country that they're going to, they actually help the trafficker by lying to the customs officials. At this point, we didn't know exactly what she was going to do. We didn't know where she was going to go. We didn't know what kind of vehicle she would have. All we knew is that she often goes to a cafe and sells the girls. That's what we had heard.
The plan is to keep on Olga's trail in Istanbul and see where the women in her group are taken. The crew's Turkish fixer has a good idea where they're headed.
They are going to Aksaray, that place, Russian district there.
Aksaray is a bustling district in the heart of Istanbul, home to growing numbers of expatriate Soviets. Compared to what they left behind, Aksaray is full of opportunities. But for many young women, Aksaray will be the bitter end to their dreams. Olga leads the team to a notorious spot in Aksaray. This parking lot is an unofficial market for Russian migrant workers. Goods are exchanged, deals are made, legal and illegal workers head to their new employers, and women are sold.
She asked us to wait for a while. Then she approached us and said, "Come with me." We followed her and crossed the road.
There were some men at a table outside a cafe. She brought us to those men and said that one of them was the owner of the shop. She told us they were going to drive us to the apartment where we were going to stay.
She talked to them in Turkish, took money from them, and counted it. I saw her counting the money. I got scared. She said, "Don't worry, everything is fine. Go with those men. They're good people. Don't worry." We guessed that she was selling us, but we hoped we were wrong. We hoped that we had misunderstood things.
Смотри, деньги хлоп отдали. Ну ты что, куда меня продал, да?
Вот так же полиция вот стоит, она вот отошла два шага от полиции и продает, не боится ничего.
Не испортили жизнь.
Once trafficked into sexual slavery, the women are quickly put to work to start turning a profit for their new owners.
They brought us to an apartment. That night, a man woke me up. He told me to get dressed because I was going to work. I asked him, "Why am I going to work now?" He said, "Get dressed and you'll see." He took me to a hotel. It was a nightmare.
Everything depends on the psychological state of the girl. If she has a weak psyche, she usually breaks down and accepts that she'll have to work as a prostitute.
He simply raped me. I screamed and tried to run away. He was so cruel.
They forced us to have sex with different Turkish men. They did whatever they wanted to us.